All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Hari Om. Hari Om, everybody. We will start. It is 55. Start with opening mantras, Guru Stotram, and Gita Dhyan. Om Sahana Vavadu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhidamastu ma viddhishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalagaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinjis Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyas Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Gita Dhyan. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुद स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवै वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुर्सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम श्री सरस्वती नमः ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरुवे हरि ओम everybody. We finished chapter 1 and chapter 2. We finished sloka up to 12. 13 also we touched a little bit. We didn't go into detail. So the famous sloka 211. We all remember Bhagwan's first sloka. You should remember. Asochananyasojastam prajnavadamsya bhashase gadasuna gadasuncha nanusochanti pandita. That is 211. We did 11, 12 and 13. 13 says, we'll chant one more time. We chanted last class, but we will chant one more time. Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehandara praptihi dhirastastrana muhyati. Just as in this body, the embodied soul passes just like from the baby to childhood to youth and to old age, just like as it is passing, so also he passes into another body. It is just like passing from childhood to youth to old age, to middle age, middle age to old age, then passes to another body. The Pandidaha Dhiraha na muhyati. Who is Dhiraha? Viveki. Viveki meaning who have knowledge of this transition. So Arjuna did not understand this, because as far as he is concerned, like we do, a person dies and he goes. And we don't know where he goes, but he goes. So he is telling that is against my understanding. What you're talking is not synchronizing with my thoughts. So Krishna knew Arjuna's mind. This he is not putting as a question, I told you. He is reading the mind of Arjuna. Reading the mind of Arjuna and answering. This is a rented, I told you that this is a rented body. We have to pay rent. What rent you have to pay? 3 times. Food. And the landlord is very strict. He doesn't give this body to another person. Once you finish, goes away, dies. And he was a child, just like child, something has to die. The previous stage has to die in order to get the new stage. Always. So childhood has to die because the youth age comes. Youth has to die to get the middle age. So you don't think all this In between these changing things, there is a changeless subtractum that we have to understand. Tada dehandara praptihi, attaining another body, you bundled up your vasanas and leave this body through which you lived for how long, whatever, doesn't matter, how many years. The world outside, we were transacting through our sense organs, gathering experiences through our physical equipments, hands, legs, and everything. And you leave that body. Why? Why we leave the body? Think. That body is no more useful for the further continuing the transaction. This vasanas which is left is this body, this particular body is not conducive. That moment we leave the body. And sukha, dukkha, so your joy or sorrows. The body is not fit for function of to exhaust the remainder of the vasanas. So needs a different environment, different body. That's why the body, this body is dead, and individual is not dead. The individual is continuing. Change of address, relocation, new address. When you move to another house, you give that address to the post office, right? So workplace has changed, various reasons. Everybody must move on. You must die. But I don't want to die. Everybody says, but I don't want to die. Why? I'm in love with this body. And I have people name. See, one reason for people don't want to die is कि हम ही जा रहे हैं, बाकी सब इधर मजे कर रहे हैं. That is a dukkha. Everybody is enjoying and I am only going. Sometime at the time of death, you don't know whether you are dying itself. You will be so unconscious, you will be tubes everywhere. Maybe we don't know what condition we will be. You made the mistake of being born. That is a mistake we did in the first place. And then we must die. The rule is set. We'll talk about the rule. Einstein's law. What is Einstein's law? Everything is conditioned by time and space. Nothing is permanent. Scientists have proved. And every body must die. But nobody dies. Every body. EVERY, one word. BODY, next word. Not everybody together. Don't put it together. Separate it. Every body must die. Nobody, NOBODY, together. Nobody dies. Meaning that Atma which is in me will continue its journey. You are the individuality, the I-ness, it has moved away. That even after moving, it will have the I feeling and everything will be there, even after death. But we say, he passed away. Dead and gone. Mar gaya. Kidhar gaya? We say, sattu pochu in Tamil. Sattu pochu means dead and gone. Malayalam we say sattu poi. Poi means gone. Gone in search of more conducive environments and circumstances to exhaust that vasana. I should take this point up. These vasanas have to continue. The Dehi is recognized only with Deha. Recognition is not possible in the absence of Deha. But in the absence of Deha, with the subtle body, you will have the feeling I. But feeling cannot be expressed. Cannot talk Atma in the absence of Sula Sarira. Dehi does not have deha. Atma does not have a body. You have to be clear understanding. Atma in us does not have a body. Because we tied this into, because of so many janmas association with the body, we are so much love in with this body and we identify with this body, though it doesn't matter if Swamiji says or other Acharya says, book says, Bhagavad Gita says, Upanishad says, not to the body, Shankara says, you are not the body, it will not go into this brain of ours. We are used to, we are conditioned to, made to think that we are the body. But internal association, we can think in the meditation seat or in the prayer room, do not think of this body. We think of that subtle, the inherent, the supreme self in me. Then the more and more you think, the more and more you get identified with. So this next sloka, there is an introduction. Next sloka is also very good, but I had to tell you some introduction of Vedanta, how this death, birth happening. Arjuna must have thought, this, whatever Krishna is talking now, nobody dying, is continuation of journey. We didn't experience this. That's what is in his mind. The same person was youth and childhood and middle age and old age understood. Very good. It is the same person because he can see. The vanity does not allow you to admit that you are old. The mind is same, the old person also. People think we are the body. That's why we are taking so much care to beautify, to young in this body. They cover up wrinkles or do some plastic surgery they call it. And hair coloring, young, dark clothes. If dark clothes you wear, you look young. A technique. And beautiful churidars or whatever for ladies and pant and shirt for men. No sari. Sari will look me old. Then I will put jeans and t-shirt. No matter what. No, the old age will come. It is no matter what you wear, what you appear to be. It is for others. What others think is totally different. You simply live with this age which is coming. Acceptance is the best criteria. The entity in you is the same. Whether you change clothes or do whatever, you can write your autobiography. This happened, I was a child. That happened when I was a youth. In the college, this happened. I married once, I married twice, I married thrice. Then I became old. Then also I wanted to marry, but I could not. The age did not permit, and nobody was willing to share their life with me. I'm 80 or 90 years or whatever. In states, it happens. 80 also marries. So we went through ups and downs of life. That's what I'm going to try. Different vicissitudes of life went through the body, created attachments with the people, with the objects, with the vishayas. And in between, I earned also. Earned what? I earned a house, my people, my wife, my children. Identification, my car, my property. Oh, when you have this, want to leave this house and go, physical body. Oh, no attachment should be there with this body and with this property, with this I and mind, the aham. But it happens. See, this no attachment and no I happens every day. How every day? Every day we go to sleep. And in deep sleep, we know identification. See, example is given by Bhagwan only. Sleep condition is given by Bhagwan only. In deep sleep, you are not identified with your gender. No man or woman. Do you know you are man or woman? No. You are rich or poor? You don't know. Whether Asian or European or white, black, whatever it is, Hispanic, Native American, the application form you have to fill that. At whatever nation you are. No, nothing. No identification. No attachment to the body. No body, mind, intellect, and no PFT, no OET, objects, emotions, and thoughts. It's only through body. Only when you have a body connection, all the things are there. The existence part is not changed. Once that contact is gone, in deep sleep, you are peaceful. So nice, isn't it? Sleep is so nice. When you sleep, aham kimapi na janami. I don't know anything. That state of not knowing is also enlivened by that Supreme Self. That Almighty, that Bhagavan is enlivening my ajnada state also. And whether you are successful or utter failure, you are the same person, no difference. You may be failure, you must have lost a job or something, you'll be worried or something, but all the worries are gone when you sleep because not identified with that problem. When we think of that problem, then only that problem appears as a big thing to me. And I'm worried what to do, I don't know. Financial difficulties, relation difficulties, property difficulties, so many things. Everything cuts out temporary for sleep. So, no, similarly, when we die, no more connection, no more attachments. Somebody asked, Vijayji, I have a question. Yes, please ask. After I die, will my husband will be the same in next life? That's a good question. Whether husband will be same person next life? Yes. Why? Probably yes. Why? Because you are that type. He has to go through that experience again. Poor guy has no escape from you. I just told. But anyway, we don't know. The actual answer is we don't know. All flesh connections so long as the body exists. When the body is there, then you have relationships and everything. Uncle, chacha, auntie, everybody. Otherwise, no. Poor. Power, money, position, all related to the body. The presidents of, whether it is a president of United States or beggar in the street, homeless, in deep sleep, all same. Fine. The body I leave here for others to bury. When I die, this body will be available for others to bury. Whether dog or eat or cremate or whatever. I don't care. I go. I bought a nice cremation place. Overlooking the valley. Nice breeze. Nice flowers. There was one ad in the paper. Burial ground available. Nice overlooking the valley, nice breeze, flowers and all over. What do they use? You buy that? After death, what difference it makes? Think. Over 50, 60, 70 years old living in this body, created a stupid attachment with the body. And live you must, because we have to live. No choice. The more wisdom you get, the more understanding you get. From where? From the books, from Gita, from Upanishad, from Vedanta books, from teachers, everywhere you get the knowledge. Then you understand that nothing is but another experience. One among many had one experience with one wife, divorced, another, she died, and the third, she gone. All experiences only. Death is another experience. Just like you experienced birth, you will also experience death. All pain is due to the body association only, period. Body alone can give you joy or sorrow. Joy and sorrow are in the realm of physical body. How do you say that we will continue? You are telling that you will continue the life. How you say that? Hmm? Oh, reincarnation theory. Oh, I don't believe that. you don't believe in reincarnation. Let me tell you something. Gravitation. I have not seen. Have you seen gravitation? No. Gravity. Earth's gravity. I have not seen. What it is? Oh, Vijay Kumarji, it is very easy. Drop this. Oh, this is gravity. Oh, this pointer is gravity. I didn't know. Not this pointer. When you drop it, it falls. Yes. That's gravity. That is effect of gravity. Huh? I want to see gravity. Can you show me, please? I'm so interested in gravity. Huh? And I don't believe because I don't see. Whatever I don't see, I don't believe normally. I am a educated person, and I don't believe in gravity because there is no gravity. But what you are telling is just effect. You drop something, you'll catch it. That's effect. Effect I don't want to see. I want to see gravity. Pure gravity, 24 karat. I want it. Can you show me? No. But if you don't believe, do one thing. If you don't believe, you walk straight from the second floor into the street. Not me. Those say they don't believe what they don't see, and gravity cannot be seen. So he doesn't believe. So he walks straight from the balcony into the third floor or fourth floor of a building into the street. And if you survive, then you know exactly what gravity is. Self-experience is the best experience. In deep sleep, there is no vyavahara, zero vyavahara, because I cannot. Absence of vyavahara does not mean that I am absent. I am there in deep sleep. It doesn't mean that you did not come to Gita class and you are here. No. Vijayji, I was there, but I am not. See, especially in the Zoom, I cannot take attendance. I can only see how many are there. Whether you are paying attention, I don't know. Even while you are sitting in the class, also I don't know whether you are paying attention. Your mind and intellect can be somewhere else. Oh, I'm thinking of something else. Or you can even doing something. I don't know. Your dedication, your mind and intellect is needed to understand chapter 2. I've been telling chapter 2 is very deep. It is Upanishad quotations are there. So this knowledge to get in, you have to have 100% attention. Okay. Now, I'm not taking attendance here. How do I know whether I had previous janma or not? Another question. See, I will tell you. No one teaches a jiva how to breastfeed and all. Mother knows, but the child doesn't. He immediately sucks on it, closes his eyes and drinks. Everything from the child baby does. And baby, while sleeping, you can look at the face of little babies. Sometimes they smile. Before even learning how to smile, they smile. Either thinking something, Yamada is there, vasanas are there. So it is going through some experience of the past or future, whatever which made that jiva happy, it smiles. You can see that. And after waking up, he does not know how to smile. See? So many examples are given for Punarjanma. It's earlier also Jiva was there. It says that Jiva was there in the previous. They say up to 7th month of the pregnancy, the Jiva inside the womb, mother's womb, think of the past Janmas. All the Janmas, it will be available to him, that Jiva. After 8th month, it's wiped out. Gone. And when he comes out, he cries. Because he knows he come to a dukkha place. That's why he cries. Atma in that body is nitya. Different from body, may be different from janma to janma. I am not crying Atma's destruction. Means happiness which are with me, that is what is going away. That is I am sad with. The reason for crying for death is many. One thing is we don't know where we are going. Another thing, हम ही जा रहे हैं, बाकी लोग नहीं जा रहे हैं. That is another thing. And what is miserable is whatever was happiness giving to me, that is also gone away. That's one. That is another dukkha. I am crying for that. Arjuna is thinking in terms of that. Bhishma, Drona was sukha sadhana for Arjuna. Because one is a teacher, one is a pitamaha. He has reverent respect. And when they are gone, that sukham entity is gone away every day. That's why the sukham entity going away is dukkham for us. And Duryodhana, etc., are of course understood. He knows sukha. Dukkha samyoga sadhana. When he sees Dushasana Karna, whole scene change. Because then that thought of the dice playing, losing the game, everything comes to his mind. If the chariot is placed in front of Karna or Dushasana or Duryodhana, things would have been different. But now if the chariot is in the middle, facing Dronacharya and Bhishma. Intentionally, Bhagwan is the driver. He took that in front of him. Equal distance, of course. He understood. But equal distance could be anywhere. Bhishma. Then all of a sudden, his disease started. What comes to your mind when you see someone? Whatever impression that person made in your life in previous encounter with him, you remember that. Based on that, you deal with someone. Remember that biasing story I told you a while ago in the classroom? That four types of people coming in and have different impressions created. When you see somebody, you remember that person based on the interaction with you, for your experience of that person in the last time, in whichever happened in transaction. General rule of thumb is don't go by that decision. Extreme neutral in behaving with, dealing with, transacting with people. Clear cut. Everything wiped off. And that will give you solace. That will give you peace. It will not give you tension. It will not give you worries. When somebody comes to your house, not in this period, now it's everything in lockdown, everybody is home. But hopefully, when this situation is lifted, people will transacting, going here and there, temple and everywhere. If somebody come to your home, your behavior to that person should be in such a way that person should come back again. That feeling should your behavior should generate a feeling in that person. This is nice place. I have peace of mind when I walked in, and their behavior, whatever food or items or whatever you give, 5 minutes or whatever time it stays, you show your behavior. And suppose somebody you happen to talk to a stranger, happen to talk to some friends or somebody, your talking should be in such a way that that person should be willing, happy to talk to you again. But some are there, they create different impressions. Then to that person, you turn your face away. You don't want to talk. Have you seen that in crowd also? Some people, oh, he is there, oh, she is there. Oh, look here, don't look. If she or he comes, says, then you answer. Otherwise, voluntarily, you don't want to go. Don't create such impression in others. Just a rule of thumb. So what's in your mind, that product, that expresses. Whatever giving sukham is leaving, that gives you dukkham. Why I do not want fight? So that here Shankara says a beautiful sequence connecting stanza with the next one. By realization of the eternal self, one may not come to a delusory sorrow and thinks that the self is dead. Quite common in every people we see. It's a painful delusion. The self is subject to heat and cold, pleasure and pain, all these things. Answering a probable doubt this may come, Lord explains the following. Very good. Sloka, next one, Sloka 14. Okay. If you have a, by mistake, if you have a book, Gita book in your hand, look at that, 14, and we will chant. Okay? Chant with me also. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaha agamapayino nitya tam tidishvasva bharata. Matra sparshastu kaunteya. Oh, matra sparsha meaning contact, sense, contacts of the sense organs with the objects. Transaction. The contacts of the sense organs with the objects. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, which cause heat and cold, pleasure and pain, and agama paino anityaha. This as a beginning and an end. And they are impermanent. Anityaha. Anitya meaning impermanent. Endure them bravely. Tam tititra swa bharata. Oh, Arjuna, you embrace them or endure them bravely. Two meaning indeed, sure. Matras parshastu, the movement, son of Kaunteya meaning son of Kunti. Kunti ke bethe. Why there is a reason for Kunti is brought into this talk conversation. Krishna had high respect for Kunti, Arjuna's mom. You know, sometimes you go to a friend's house, and they treat you like their son because you are the same age as their son is your friend or something. Similarly, Kunti loved Krishna much more than any of her 5 sons, because all her sons gave her sorrow. Some or other time, continuous, not purposely. It so happened. If you look at about the whole story situation, it so happened all the 5 sons, some or other time, give her dukkha, Kunti. It so happened. So Krishna is only one who give her some consolation, some relief from dukkha, some comfort. Krishna also had great love towards Kunti. So he loved Kunti more than his own mother. So he wanted to bring her name into the slokas. Kaunteya, he said, another meaning, another hidden meaning is look at your mother. Oh, how many experiences she had gone through. She raised 5 of you alone, single-handedly. She lost her husband. You were all in forest for 12 years. Then another year incognito. You lost all your kingdom. She was with you, and she's seen so much in her life. Sometimes people feel, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm having tough time. Is that really sorrow? Think of your own mother. Forget about Kunti. Think about your own mother. Your mother lived in a different era, of course, born before you. So some years before you. So she had that experience all the time until you are born. She has gone through all these things, whether it is washing clothes or what, bringing water from far away, cooking food, bringing up all these things. It's a different condition, and different technology was not advanced. There was no technology at all. You can compare all these phones and TVs and everything, but much before that, she must have born. Anyway, it was different era, different experiences. She has gone through much more than you. We think that, oh, I'm going much, I'm having difficulties, I'm facing problems. This is nothing compared to what they have gone through. Let them speak, and then you will listen. Have you ever asked your mother, how was your childhood or something? Ask. I mean, some mothers have been expired, died and gone, but still, I want you to bring their memories in thinking. What that will do? Vijayji, what that will help? It will help. It will help in solving your own situations at this point. Not only that, it will give you some, say, what do you call it, energy to face challenges of today's life. It will help. Not only that, you think about other people around you or some friends of yours. I met someone who had multiple cancer. So many places, not only one cancer. In one cancer also, we think is too much. So that person's whole day is in doctor's appointment. Everything, every day going to doctor and coming back. This test, that test, this chemo, everyday chemo, and his family is another, struggling to cope up with the situation very hard. Our फिर उसके लेके किधर जाने का, आने का, take him somewhere. Not a very easy life. And another person I know who had death is here. He got 5 deaths in 1 year. Uh, 5 deaths in 1 year. So one death has itself is tragedy. Think of 5. 3 of them younger to him. Think. Tam tidishwaswa. Bhagwan says here, have forbearance. cold mindedness. How many of you took Tattvabodha class? Tattvabodha is a Prakarana. It is explained Vivek Chudamani also. Tidicha clearly mentioned. Forbearance. How that quality sadhana chadushtaya SC. Tattvabodha is a Prakarana. Prakarana is introductory test before going to Vedanta text. Before learning to Vedanta text, you may not understand certain terms. So certain terms are explained in Tattvabodha. It's a small book. We'll go through that at some time. It give you definitions. How is each word? Sula Sharira, Sushma Sharira, Karna Sharira, all this Panchendriyas, Karmendriyas, all these things is to that. What leaves the body? In that book, it is said what leaves the body when we die. 17 elements go with us to the next body. I told this in the class, which are the 17. Some people remember, some people don't remember. It's okay. You don't have to. If you don't know, you can send me email. I'll send you in detail all the 17 elements. Okay. So one, Bhagwan says, Kunti, such lady's son. I'm not making this up. This scriptures not standing with Warfield. I know. I should have shown you this form. So Rishis found the truth. What is that? Matra sparshastu kaunteya. This Sita, Rushna, Sukha, Dukkha, all this will come to contact with sense organs in this transactional world. That's what it is said. And means either you have joy or sorrow. Inevitable. It will come. Because when we were born, we come with a package. The package includes Sukha and Dukkha both. But we want only Sukha. I know. But what to do with Dukkha? Oh, Dukkha, Vijay Kumarji, don't even say that. We don't even want to pronounce it Dukkha. Dukkha, what happens is, I'll tell you, the more and more you run away from Dukkha, you run towards Sukha, but this Dukkha is coming closer and closer for some reason. I don't know why. You wonder, this Dukkha, there is no escape from it sometimes. That is true. There is no escape. There is no escape from Sukha and Dukkha package. That package was delivered to you free. Free delivery fee. Free. Not Amazon like charge. They will not charge. Free delivery on the doorstep. Is this Sukha and Dukkha and everything is Agama Paino, meaning arrival and departure. They come and wait for some time and then go, whether you want it or not. And in deep sleep, in sleep, everything is out. Not contacting this world. Vijay Kumarji is so nice sleeping. That's why most of the people are sleeping in Vedanta class. First of all, Vedanta is kind of dry. Kya bolte hai pata nahi, Sukha Dukkha, I don't know. Even in lively class, some people feel sleepy. I feel jealous they're sleeping because speaker cannot sleep. I also want to sleep, but I cannot. Anyway, that's a different subject. And the thing is, Suppose Gurudev says a story. Gurudev's story I have to repeat sometime. Young couple, husband and wife living in an apartment. They decide to bring their mother-in-law. Oh, okay, fine. Mother-in-law from village. He has come from village, India. Okay. She's tall. And she lived in a big house with it, more than 10 naukar here, naukar there, garden mein, andar cleaning ke liye, bahar, everywhere, there are naukars. And she came to a tiny room. Which is kitchen also, cooking also. Anyway, somehow she lived. And it says that she happened to clean one room. And he then asked, Mataji, kya baat hai? She said, Bijli is giving shock. For when they were at work, she tried something and she giving what shock? They asked. The cleaning socket. With wet clothes, she touched that socket. Oh, no wonder. This story is much elaborated by Gurudev. Swami Chinmayananda, when he talks elaborately joke and it's very detailed. But this I told in short. So the thing he wanted to say was Matra Sparshastu, only when you contact with this physical experience as necessary, only when the sense organs come into contact with the objects. With the Vishaya. Sitting at home, friend called, let's go for shopping. Spouse asks, where are you going? Oh, no, just window shopping. Okay. Then in the window, you see beautiful. But when you come back, what happens is you have more stuff than your friend. You went with her to give company, but you have the more stuff than her. See what happened? Matra Sparshastu. Only when the sense organs in contact with the Vishaya, then only you bring that Sukha and Dukkha. Mental contact with that objects. That happiness is not in the objects. If it is in the objects, everything should give that. Suppose there are a drinking person. A drinking person feels joy in seeing a bottle. That bottle is not giving joy to other person who is not drinking, who doesn't drink. So bottle is not attracting. It is not the problem with the bottle. Bottle is inert, insentient, cannot attract. The mind of the individual going through the sense organs, touching that object, coming back and tempting. It's tempting. Swamiji, it is tempting. Why is tempting? Only when you look. Contact is, though matra sparshastu kaunteya, sidoshna sukha dukkadaha. Sita and Ushna, dukkha. These objects can give you sukha and dukkha based on your mind. Your mind, such a mind contacting through the sense organs, that is what this sloka is telling. And that, not only that sukha is by agama paino. Actually, there is a story of two ladies. In the train in India, not here. In train was going, there are two ladies. They start arguing. What is arguing? There are other travelers also in the same compartment. So this one lady was telling, "Oh, don't open the window. Oh, I will, wind will come and I will die with, cold." Other lady says, "No, leave it open because it is so hot in here anyway. At least some wind can come." Both are sitting opposite in same argument. Argument went on, and one gentleman, one young person, he came to this ladies and told, "I think I have a solution." Oh, they start shouting. He said, wait, let me speak first. Okay, they agreed. You speak. We will first open the window. Oh, the other lady said, no, I will tell it. Wait, let me tell. We have to find a solution somehow, right? So everybody is watching what is happening. Eh? All other passengers gathered. Okay. Yes. Of course, you open this, then the wind will come, you will die, right? You will die. Okay. And then you close, and no, don't close. The other lady shouted, no, wait, let me explain. Okay, he explained. When you close, you will also die. Both will die, and rest of the people will travel happily. That was the solution. And it's for joke only. But then what? This argument and everything is sukha, dukkha, is agama, is impermanent. Whatever this, you just go through that sukha. You just go through that dukkha. It will hurt. And this COVID, I'll tell you one thing, COVID-19. Everybody's worried. Oh, I am locked down. I don't know what to do, or you don't know. This is the best opportunity given by Bhagwan. Why? You are to yourself. Think. This is conducive for mananam. Not to interact with people. Less Vishaya subjects going into the mind. No, but calling. Calling you can. You are not physically going out. Think. You can do mananam, you can do books or watch TV. I don't know. I don't suggest because I don't watch TV. My TV is dead for last 3 years, 4 years. Anyway, that's a different issue. If you want, we can also watch good things. And there are so many stories, Mahabharata, so epics, Puranas, Vedanta, so many Swamijis and everybody giving talk that you can. And this situation, everybody wonder how this will be over. There is a purpose for everything happening. There is nothing happens without a purpose. Not I decide, he decides. When this will be lifted, all this, if you think it is government and other people's, no. What made them to lift this rule, which goes into the mind of that brain of that people, scientists, doctors, everybody who's researching the medicine, the president of the country. We think they make decisions. They don't. What comes to their intellect, then only they can make decision. Who comes to their intellect? Him, that supreme self. He only. Anyway, what I wanted to say is there is a day this will be lifted. And Vijay Kumar, which is that? No. Wait, I don't know, because I am not that Almighty or God to decide when to. But whenever it happens, whatever time it happens, we should be accepting it happily. To accept any situation happily, this is the technique which is said in Gita. Nothing else. How to live your life happily. This matra sparsastu kaunteya sidoshna sukha dukkha is only one example. Adjust your mind to suit this unavoidable situations. Instead of sitting and worrying, you can cry. Cry. You can cry. All the best. Gurudev says all the best. Please cry. Hello. And again, this worries. Every time this worries. Shama, Dhamma, Uparadi, Tidishcha, Shraddha, Samadhana, Shat Sampatti, all these things is explained in there. How are you? Temporary only. I have a headache. How long the headache will be there? It has to go. Even this will pass. Even there is a story. Even this will pass. So that situation, every situation has to pass. The time has to go. Friend's wife died. Oh, so you went to this house to console him. He cried, you cry, you sympathize in his situation. Few months later, you get an invitation in the mail. My marriage, please come. Oh, who is this guy? So you went. You don't know. You are not sure whether you are to smile or cry. Mm. So you do both. Mm. Then he says, I did not want, actually, Vijay Kumar, little children, babysitter is nowadays very expensive. eh? So, I'm me and single income. So this is the best babysitter I can find. Anyway, agama paino, meaning it is temporary. Whatever feeling, whatever incident which you went through is temporary. Do not waste your time running up and down. Keep your balance. The wood, otherwise you will be like a wood piece in the surface of the water. Wherever wind comes, it will just go. We don't have any control. So we have a control. Take it. Joy comes, joy goes. Sorrow comes, sorrow goes. Nothing happens. And we will do we have 5 minutes more. Next sloka. But before next sloka, there is some explanation to be given. 15th sloka. Chapter 2 summary is there. Chapter 2 has 3 outstanding qualities. This chapter 2 does the job of entire Bhagavad Gita, eternal same. This situation coming and going is temporary. That also we learned. That you are not affected because in this situation also, coronavirus, we read or we see or whatever, so many people died, not affecting you. Why? It should be affecting. Well, it's affecting, but I don't know. See, there is nobody known in the list. So what makes you cry or weep is that contact with that person who died. Suppose your friend or somebody is there, you go like this, your attachment. So what creates dukkha is your knowing or unknowing of the people, of the person who listed. And we feel sorry for them. Otherwise, it's okay. Whether it is 20,000, 70,000, 80,000, his number is going up. His number is body. Number is living beings. Think about it. Oh, no, it's okay. I have to do my daily life. Everything goes on as usual. That does not disturb you. So whenever any time disturbs the mind is because of the connection with the person. That you have to understand. My connection with that person only making me worry. Otherwise, I'm not worried. People are dying in Iraq and Afghanistan and everything. Few years ago, it was a usual thing, but it did not affect. Okay, we'll chant this sloka. Yam hina vyatayante te purusham pururashaba samadukha sukham dhiram somratatvaya kalpate yam hina vyatayante te. Oh, yam hina, surely affect vyatayante te, meaning afflict not. Purusham purusha, the best of the man. Is congratulating Arjuna, O chief among the men, the firm man. Surely this afflict not, for whom pleasure and pain are the same, fit for realizing the immortal self. He is telling all this dukkha will not affect a person who is qualified enough for realizing the Supreme Self. Every being, if you understand that effort which you are doing, why you are here in the class? Oh, I don't know. Vijay Kumarji, you are giving Gita class. So we attend. What is the ultimate purpose of this class? Think. Purpose of the class is understanding the sloka. How that sloka can be of my it is my nature Bhagavan is talking about. I should understand that and I should do whatever Bhagavan says. And in that case, I will not have sukha dukkha in this life, not worries in this life. So this understanding should be there. So it is difficult to experience cold, sukha dukkha, mana apamana, sickness, health the same way. It's very difficult to look at this in the same fashion. I have to go up and down. What's wrong with going up and down? Everybody is going up and down. The problem is your mind is varying agitation at all the moments. We make ourselves unhappy with our own interpretation, with our own understanding, with our own understanding of the world, with our own understanding of the people. Our understanding is limited. We see through our own glasses, not with a common view. What's the whole thing is? Understand the whole creation is about what? You think, but I am sorrowful. It is just like Gurudev says, a millionaire's son also cries for toys. Can you believe that? That boy playing with the toys, with the car or something, and the floor sitting, he also cries, something broke. He's a millionaire, father is a millionaire. We'll talk about it in the next class. We will conclude it and we'll open up for questions. Okay, Hari Om. Sarve Om. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kasyid dukha bhad bhavet. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. And thank you very much. We'll open up for questions.
All participants are muted. All participants are unmuted. Participants are muted.
Hari Om, everybody. Sunilji, are you there? I'm sorry. I have to admit one thing I forgot. The summary person.
I didn't hear them.
Can you hear? Can you hear me now?
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves. All participants are muted. Muted. Unmuted.
Hari Om. Is everybody there?
All participants are unmuted.
Hari Om, everybody. I hope you can hear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hari Om, I have to admit, I apologize for I forgot one thing today. The summary person I did not introduce and I did not speak. I skipped that. Can she do the summary next week? Hari Om Sunilji, are you Sunilji there? Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Is Sunilji there still or he signed off? Vijay. Hari Om. Is Sunilji there still or he signed off?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Sunilji, please come. I was thinking that you logged off or...
No. I must have pressed the buttons over there.
Okay.
I was going to say that Sarada ji has already sent the recording of what she had to speak.
Okay.
So if you want, you can listen to it right now.
Okay, please.
Hari Om. Namaste, Dr. Vijay Kumarji, Kumarji, and all my friends for attending the Bhagavad Gita class today. Dr. Vijay Kumarji, thank you so much for an excellent job of giving us the essence of Bhagavad Gita through Gita classes each week. Today, I will recap last week's teachings and I will do my best as I understand it. The first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, is the preparatory ground for the Bhagavad Gita. The second chapter that we are doing now, Sankhya Yoga, is the most important and is considered the soul of the Bhagavad Gita, while all those that follow form the body. This chapter prepares the ground and sets the scene for the glorious Gita. In chapter 2, Arjuna submits to Bhagwan Krishna as his disciple. Starting with verse 11, Sri Krishna initiates his discourse with the powerful opening line. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asocyananvasocastvam Prajnavadhaksha Bhashate Gatasuna Gatasuncha Nanusochanti Panditaha Natvevaham Jatunasam Natvam Me Janadipaha Nachaiva na Bhavishyamaha Sarve Vayamatah Param Dehinosmin Yatha Dehe Kaumaram Yavvanam Jara Tada Dehantara Prapti Dhira Tatra Namuhyati. Bhagwan Shri Krishna said, while you speak the words of wisdom, you are grieving for that which is not worthy of grief. The wise neither grieve for the living nor the dead. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things. Nor will there be any time in the future when all of us shall cease to be. Just as the self associated with the body passes through childhood to youth and to old age, similarly at the time of death, the soul passes into another body. The wise are not deluded by this. Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Sunilji. Thank you, Sharadaji, for the tape. Any other questions from the people? Please ask.
Vijay Kumarji.
Hari Om ji.
Hari Om, this is Chandrakant.
Hari Om Chandrakant.
I might have missed it. I might have missed something here on the lecture which you said about the 3 outstanding qualities of this chapter 2.
Yes.
I heard the first 2. Did I miss the third one?
First is Bhagwan speaks first in chapter 2. That is one thing. Number 2 is death. There is no other chapter which says death in so detail. What happens when we die is not told in other chapters, only chapter 2. That is number 2. Number 3, Mahatva. Number 3 is all the chapters summary is in chapter 2. 18 chapters you don't have time to read. This is so much to read. So you only read chapter 2. It says the whole Gita in nutshell, but not in detail, but touched upon the subjects wise. All the 18 chapters are covered in chapter 2. Those are the 3. You got the answer? Or
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Vijay.
Hari Om ji.
Hari Om.
Any other questions? Nobody has doubts. No doubt situation can come only 2 kind of people. Which are the 2 kind? One kind is understood everything, no doubt, clear, everything very clear. The second is understood nothing, so no doubt. So which group? I don't know.
Hari Om, Vijay Kumarji.
Hari Om ji. Who is this?
This is Maya Bhatt.
Oh, Maya ji, Hari Om. Chandrakant and Maya ji both have questions. Please.
You mentioned to read more details in Tattva Bodh.
Yes.
And then you mentioned one more scripture that I didn't get the name of.
Vivek Chodamani.
Karuna. No, Vivek Chodamani. But you mentioned something else. Was there other than Tattva Bodh and Vivek Chodamani mentioned to one more small scripture? Or
that is Prakarana Gandha. Prakarana meaning introductory. Introductory book. Prakarana Granthas are written by Shankaracharya, because Vedanta, if you directly say, you may not get the meaning or understanding some words. So Prakarana Grantha introduces to that topic beforehand. If you have to read Prakarana Gandha first, then reread. There are so many Prakarana Gandhas. Viveka, Ashtavaka, Gita, Mukunda Mala, Saddarshanam, Atma Bodha. So many books are there.
Oh, okay. Those put together. Okay.
All are Prakarana Granthas. Yes.
Okay, I thought there was one available called Prakarana.
No.
But now I get it. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Anybody else? Okay, then we will conclude. There is 3 o'clock. There is Bhagavad Gita chanting 18 chapters. So I'm chanting chapter 1 and 2. And evening 7 to 8, there is another Gita class, again chapter 2. But that is 20 slokas, 20, 21 and 22. I think. The different slokas. So Hari Om, everybody. Hari Om.